Good morning. Greetings from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. 5 Play Friday is live. We have made it. I hope everybody's doing well. I am completely over any sickness I've had. That's my mental saying that I'm saying to myself over and over again. So my voice is still, it's a problem, but we move forward. What are you going to do? We got a game. Let's go. Hope everyone's doing well. We are all business today. I could tell you that much. Even though we've got our Christmas tree festively filling the air with good season cheer. Hope everyone's well. Earl Schaffer from Colorado is in the house. Yeah. It's the breathing that's the problem. Benedict is in the house. Good to see you. The Zooch here, timely. Ooh. Timely. Good to see you, Al. I'm going to have a second chance on that play you sent that I totally screwed up last week. And let's say hello to our little friend. Yeah, I needed that moment. Where is our... Hold on. Don't I have a clock on here? I don't know, man. I don't know. Mark, good to see you. Hope you're in Chicago. Good morning, Mike. The Jamboree. What's the Jamboree format? Is that just like a bunch of schools come to a venue and they play games? Or are we still in some sort of preseason scrimmage mode? Joseph Del Colo. Joe, I did not know you were from South Carolina. I did not know that fact. I have a soft spot in my heart. Soft spot. Mike Connors is in the house. Yes, Jason. I did it on purpose. I said we have to at least introduce the concept of hitting the under. Keep everybody on their toes. Good morning, Reese. Good to see you. Adam, go green. Ooh. That's brisk. That is brisk. It's a brisk time of year. Good to see you, Stan Bickler from Pittsburgh. Awesome. Was there a controversial video? Good morning, Ron Frazier. Good to see you. Kevin Smith from Kentucky, the Bluegrass State. Morning, Judd. How are you? Oof. Good morning, Jason. Team Greg, always strong. Always strong. Huh. It's Florida cold or cold? Oy. This is a predicament. Actually, I'm feeling pretty strong physically, other than certain respiratory issues and voice issues. But the wheels feel pretty good. Pretty good, and we'll take that. Well, we'll see if we have any controversial videos today. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I tell you, Kevin, moves when executed quickly, right? If we go in saying, if you do a spin move, you have to prove to me you can do it legally, then it's a lot easier, right? If we just, that is our frame of reference. You did a spin move, it's going to be illegal. Wait a minute. wait a minute, you actually did it legally. I'm not going to blow my whistle. It's one of those things that can happen. I mean, we're not anticipating the play or the call. Was that the IAABO or IABBO play, a spin move? Hey, Brian, good to see you. Another team. Oh, awesome. Awesome. We're dominating. Give me just a moment. I'm so happy the farmer has music this week. Do we have 933 plays today, James? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, man. So we do have a spin move travel. It's not called in our plays today. Okay, we are all business, and business says we're going to get started. Oh. It's been rainy here yesterday. It really surprised me how rainy it was. But what are you going to do? Cody says from Seattle says, you guys sort of crap about rain. Yeah, call it both ways, Cody. Come on, man. Come on. What are we even doing? Can you not even call it both ways? Hey, James. Good to see you. I'm, of course, feeling the effects of the 49ers' incredible performance last night. After the Warriors on Wednesday, another incredible performance. We are hurting. We are hurting on the sports front here in the Bay Area. I hope you'll allow me some time to deal with that. Well, okay. Tell me more. Good morning, Randy. True. You know, it's always a surprise when the spin move is done legally. And it's like, whoa. Ted is in the house. Ted has a 933 play on the video today. All right, fantastic. All right, let's get started. We're back. We're looking at plays. We're looking at viewer submitted plays today. How many plays? You know it. 5 plays. Stick around. Greetings. Welcome back to 5 Play Friday. We're looking at plays, viewer submitted plays. You can always submit a play to 5 Play Friday. Let's look at our first play and let's make it a you make the call play. What do you have on this play? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. illegal screen ruled on this play. Is that your ruling? Is that what you have on this play? Not a play you see every day. We've got our announcers saying we need to have more whistles on this play. What do you have on play number 1? Put your ruling down below and stick around to the end of the video. We'll definitely talk about all of the things on play number 1. All right, next play. Except for live stream, but hold on. Hold on. I did one thing inaccurately. Do that there, that there. Hey, back at the start of the show, we had that screening play. Let's take a look back. Play number 1. What do you got? All right, transition play, screening action. What do we have on this play, right? So many people see this play and they say, well, that screener is obviously impeding the progress of the defender by their actions. Yes, they are. That is the purpose of screening, is to impede the progress of a defender. Now, the question is, does this player do this legally? Now, of course, we know that every player is entitled to their place on the floor if they get there first. And we also know that screening rules, there are many screening rules. Most of them do not refer to this play. Most of them refer to a play where a defender, a teammate sets a screen, and there are restrictions on that. But when screening action occurs and the players are moving in the same direction, those screening restrictions go out the window to a large extent. And it's simply a matter of who is in the front position. If you got to the front position legally, you're legal. You're legal. Now, we've got a player here who extends their arms, right? But there's no illegal contact with their arms on this play, right? The defender actually, causes contact with our screener, causing them to stumble a little bit and move to their left on this play. I do not see illegal contact on this play, right? We see a player who extends their arms in. They'd be liable for a foul if they were to hold the defender in this instance, but that's not what occurs. So I have a legal play on this one, right? Restrictions on screening in this instance are very different than most situations where we have screening action. A way I like to explain it or think about it is if we have a throw-in, right? A designated spot throw-in, we're administering a throw-in. Everything is very clear what this player's restriction are, this player's restriction, et cetera, right? It's all very clear. Screening action as a rule, all very clear. But in this instance, it's less clear or it's less defined, right? So it's similar to after a scored goal where we have multiple players. We have defensive players, offensive players, out of bounds, trying to return to the game, right? We can have things that happen in that situation that are very different. So screening action on this play, in my judgment, legal. Legal. Ted likes the call. Definitely an illegal screen. Why is that definitely an illegal screen, Randy? State your case. I think we're talking about that's. I love it. I love it. Mosquito, uh, elephants and gnats. I've heard that expression. I guess a gnat is a mosquito. That's awesome. Good to see you, Umar. Yes, that was the call, Kevin. Thank you for that, Patrick. I will fix that in post. Uh, Jason's got a no call. Yes, as is often the case. Often the case. Oh, we can't have it. Can't have it. Kevin, does he wrap his arms? Let's take a look. He extends his arms. That's definitely true. I got nothing, man. There's nothing illegal with the arms there. Our brain might say, "Oh, wait a minute. He's holding or doing something because he has the arms extended." Yeah. So the calling official felt that the screener did some action where they moved into the path, a little do-si-do or something. See it. Kevin, you are mistaken in a sense. Now, we've had our screening case play. Wait, well, okay. We've had our screening case play that new this year. Defender stance obviously too wide, right? Torso contact, screen legal, not illegal because their legs are wide. If there's leg contact and their legs are outside their frame, then that's a foul. That's a screening foul. And the same would apply for, oh, God, dog, hold on. Hey, he's back. The same would apply. Your arms, you're liable for an illegal contact rule when your arms are extended. You're not in your verticality, right? Super simple. You're liable, but there has to be illegal contact to have a foul. True, true. But our offensive player slows down. They slow down on purpose. Legal, legal. Hey, that's a good catch, Dave. That is a very good catch. It is very similar. James, yes, yes, yes. So they have accomplished their role as a screener. Bruce. Good to see you, Bruce. That is the key component. Kevin, that is not the case. Screener may face any direction. There is no LGP restriction, face, etc. Okay, all right. I'm going there. I'm going to have some coffee. We've already moved on for a live stream. Let's move on to play number 2. Let's see if the tech is advantageous to me. Let's go. Okay, we've got a large player. He understands the power of his body. We've got to play. Let's take a look. I don't know about possible strip there. Possible travel. None of that is relevant. And our very large offensive lineman player, I'm sure he's on scholarship to a D1 school, uses his body to drive a smaller player to the ground in a close proximity with the wall. And our officials get together to talk about the situation. Spend a bit of time talking about this. We see that our head coach is involved, or our offended head coach is involved in the discussion. Not something that we need to have. Great job by our center official when our old lead, new trail does not stop play in this instance. Good job from our center official coming in and saying, no, wait a minute, that is a play that we need to penalize, right? So what's our thinking in this situation? What do we know is true? This is dead ball contact, right? Ball goes in the basket, the ball is dead, right? That makes our decision making here very simple about what we have. In this instance, this dead ball contact should result in an intentional technical foul. Any player or eligible substitute may attempt the free throws and then a division line throw-in opposite the table. Very straightforward. For some reason, our calling official on this play fights to have an end line throw-in. Not sure why. But right, the action of this player on this play, even though there's nothing they just utilize the power in their body to drive a player to the floor. In this instance, the only question here is whether it's an intentional technical or a flagrant technical. I like the intentional technical on this ruling. I like it. What did you have? Put your down below. And again, this is a viewer-submitted play. You can submit your play at abetterofficial.com/submitplays. Okay. I don't know what the issue is with the audio. That play didn't have any announcer or anything, so we're not missing much, but we do have some Player control foul. That is not a player control foul. We've got me audio, right? Yeah, we got me audio. Okay. Oh, come on, Ron. Come on, Ron. I like how he looks at the ref. You didn't see that, did you? Not always. Not always. Sometimes really big kids are super skilled, and they are, they're living in a land of munchkins, right? The impact that a larger player with mass and strength and all these things can have on other players, of course, it makes it a challenge to officiate the big player against the small player. In a lot of instances, not in this one. Yes, he did. It's definitely on the table. Definitely on the table. Was it an intent to harm? He knocked him down in close proximity to the wall. If he'd done the same action into the wall, into this unpadded portion of the wall, I don't know, man. I don't think he's embellishing. Let's take a look. I don't know. Definitely had travel. Come on, man. That's not embellishing. He got crushed. Ugh. Live ball versus dead ball. Obviously, in a dead ball situation, we cannot have. Let's make sure the ball was dead. Right? It's obviously dead after a scored goal. Our new trail had not, even though white is possessing the, yeah, that is not a live ball. That is brutal. Flagrant one being intentional in high school. Yes, it does. And it's fun to have big players who are skilled, like Aaron Banks plays guard for the San Francisco 49ers, who were incredibly terrible last night. Was a high school player at El Cerrito High School, and he was fun. He was fun. He was a fun player, super skilled, good footwork, etc. I mean, and a lot of times our brain says, "Oh, goon off the bench," or "he's here just to wreak havoc," etc. And that's certainly not necessarily the case at all. And if we have that, we need to be aware. Okay, we've got a player who's big, strong, can do a lot of things with their body, can wreak havoc on smaller players, but at the same time, we can't anticipate that that's what they're here for. Yes, for live ball, Tom, we would have excessive contact on the play. So let's say the throw in had occurred and they're going up court, and the player does the same thing. He uses his body to pile drive a player to the floor. Whatever. That would be an excessive contact, a live ball intentional foul. And in that instance, the player who was offended would attempt the free throws, and the ball would be awarded to the team at the spot nearest the foul. Yeah, yeah. All right, that's that play. Let me take a look. Can I salvage radio? Right. Can I salvage the audio? Let me see. Okay, mute's turned off. Give me just a second. Check one more thing. VLC is turned on. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, 9-3-3 coming into play. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? So this team is running some sort of action where players from either side of the lane are going to switch places, and they're both going to swing out to the wing. The players collide. One of the players steps out of bounds. That player then goes to the wing and receives a pass. You could say they are first to touch after intentionally leaving the court. Right? Collision, steps out of bounds. Our defender on the play, not guarding the player anyway. Right? Is this the spirit and intent of this rule? The reason this rule became altered a couple of years ago was that it was punitive for a team whose player ran out of bounds to be ruled out of bounds in that instance if it had nothing to do with the play. The change was made to make the rule less punitive. The change was made not to make it a point of emphasis and find every instance where players stepped on the line, the out of bounds line, and then ran back to the court. The intent here was to eliminate situations where there was obviously no advantage gained. And when we have a situation in this instance where the two players collide and one of them ends up out of bounds, this is not the intent of the rule. This is just not the intent of the rule. And they also, case play now clarifies that if an advantage is not gained by the action of a player who does choose to voluntarily leave the court, that it should not be ruled. So, officials continue to find opportunities to put whistles on these plays when they don't, in my judgment, meet the criteria for a violation. Yeah, that's a thing going on. Yeah. Did this player voluntarily choose to run off the court? Or did they, in running to the other side of the court, step out of bounds? Reese, let's watch our confused defender on this play. Is it... Ay, ay, ay. Come on, man. Oh. Thanks to Ted Hader. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Let's watch our defender on this play. Was she disadvantaged in any way? Or was she... She was just trying to find, where am I supposed to be? Where's my player? That's not my player. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. What does our case book say? Rules book. Nine three three. You know what's key about the case book? What's always been key about the case book is it refers to listen to the language about A1 and A2 set a double screen near the end line. A player uses the double screen by going out of bounds, right? Teams, setting up a play to take advantage of a player being able to go out of bounds is penalized. That's the purpose of the rule. It's not a player on the court stepped on the line. That is not the purpose of the rule. Anyway, they set the double screen. A3 intentionally goes out of bounds outside the end line to have the defender detained by the double screen. I'm going to run around the double screen by going out of bounds, while my defender is going to be held up on the screen, feeling that they can't run out of bounds. In A, A3 receives a pass as soon as they re-enter the court. In B, they do not receive a pass and play continues. Or in C, A4 continues to dribble the ball while B3 recovers defensively. If there is a recovery by the defender or no advantage gained in that instance, it's not a violation. Also, in 9-3-3 situation C, A1 and A2 set a double screen near the end line. These are the case plays, right, involving actions by teams to utilize the out-of-bounds area to give them an advantage. If we take that as the purpose of this rule, then we're in a better position. Yeah, what caused her to go out of bounds, Kevin? Was it running into her teammate? If that's the case, is that a violation? Yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't jump off the screen. Let's put it that way. Okay, next play. What the hell is that? great processing play in that, wow, something just blew up on our court, and we have to sort it out and figure out what we have on this play. Who's legal, who's not legal, etc. Great steal in this instance. Player tries to avoid contact, ow, and plows through a defender as their teammate had gained control of the ball. Who's this foul on? Is it on red for moving into the path of an airborne player? Is it on white for disadvantaging a defender on this play? To me, the key components of this play are white gains team control. Once they have team control, we have a legal defender, a defender who's just trying to play basketball, man. And then we have an offensive player who, unfortunately, is, plows this player over. I have a team control foul on this. But this is a play where we're going to need to process and get together as a crew, right? And determine what we have here. Sometimes plays just blow up on you, man. Just blow up. So, great situation for us to get together as a crew and say, what do we have on this play? That would be my ruling. What's your ruling? Put it in the comments below. And if you want to submit a play such as this to 5 Play Fridays, you could do that on the link on the screen as well. Okay. Would anybody rule a defensive foul on this play? What happened to my sound being turned off? I don't know, man. Ouch. Definitely a train wreck. I love it. I love it. It's like plays just this. Nobody could have anticipated this play. It just sort of comes out of nowhere and boom. What if White 33 was involved in this? We'd have to be calling the training staff onto the floor. Billy's going team control. Mike's going team control. Kevin, hating. Yes, they did. They did. Definitely true. Definitely true. You think she intentionally... that would not be my assessment, right? Ball's loose. She's going, oh, I'm not, The players like this, they're not doing anything intentionally, man. And she's like, Well, yeah, so let's say there was that preliminary ruling, and you're the center official, and you say, well, hey, I have something different, and it's between the two arcs, so it's my play. Which NCAA women, we can come together, talk, get the play right. Lee, this is a collegiate game, I believe. Certainly a collegiate official. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the reason it would be team control is White is in control of the basketball right there, right? Even though it's only for an instant. If it was simply a defensive, White had deflected the basketball and it was loose on the floor and we have the same collision, then it would not be a team control foul if we're ruling it on White. I agree, Doug. That would be the key. I mean, they were not allowed to play basketball through no fault of their own, right? And White made a super athletic play, inadvertently plowed over the player, but at the same time, yeah. Hey, Joshua. Good to see you. Good. Incidental contact can be severe. It is true, right? These two players going for a loose ball. They both sell out. Explosion. Neither player gets the ball. Neither player is at fault. Both coaches are beckoned onto the court for bleeding players. It can happen. It can happen. Not my assessment on this play. I can't see intentional here, even though the contact is severe. I can't see that. Does it matter? Oh, the 7-hour drive for $200. As many officials, Joe talked about a JC game that's occurring up in Humboldt, and officials will make a 200-mile drive or a 7-hour round trip for $200 on that one. That is the thing. Okay, James, I don't agree with that. I think they're just trying to get away. But that's why we get paid the big bucks. Again, I apologize for the sound when we go. I solved some issues today. I'm playing whack-a-mole with the sound. Fortunately, there was no real sound on that play either. No announcers. But I know it makes it confusing. Right? So this play also brings up is new this year beckoning coaches, right? We have an explosion. We have two players who are blown up, right? Don't hasten to say, coach, 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 right? Let the players say, okay, here's my situation. Dazed, confused, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. You okay? Okay, we help you up. Everybody's good. Give the players a moment. Pardon me. And don't be in a haste, don't be in a rush here to beckon, because once we beckon in a high school game, then the player must be removed or else coach has to burn a timeout to keep him in. So that's one of the things about that play. Okay. Let's see what happens when I press this button now. Right, there we have it. We've seen it in the wild. right? Are U1 in this instance rules a jump ball violation? Is this a violation? Yes, yes, it is. It's not a common violation, right? Our jumpers may only contact the basketball a maximum of twice. If they contact it a third time, which they did in this instance, it is a jump ball violation. It's great to see this play in the wild. This is properly ruled. If the U1 properly starts the clock in this instance, we're a little out of position. We make the ruling, and then we have our Keystone Cops moment. Own it, man. Own it. In these instances where we're not, wait, who's going away? Where's the throw in, etc. We act confused. Just own it. We're going to be confused. This is not a common scenario. Let's just fill in, get some balance as a crew, and get the game going again, right? In the end, the throw-in should have been at the 28-foot line for a front court throw-in, but we have successfully gotten the game going. In this instance, when the ball is put at the disposal of the thrower for the resulting throw-in, the arrow would be set towards white. In this instance, touched it once, touched it twice, touched it yet again. Properly ruled. Good to see it in the wild. Now we have it on film. The jumper touches more than twice. The rare three-tapper. Yes, Jason Hayes on the call there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong place. Correct. There's no language that would indicate consecutive. So let's say our the two jumpers both tap the ball like they did on the initial tap here. It's up in the air. Black taps it up, and then white taps it, and then taps it again. Right? There's no exception for non-consecutive. This is super rare. This does not happen very often. That's why I appreciate Jason providing this. Correct. Maybe a JV game? Maybe? Tournament? I don't know. I teed that one up for you, Billy. But in this instance, our officials did know the rules. Maximum of 2 per player. There was a James Wiseman, may his career rest in peace, play where it could be debated about whether he actually contacted it three times. That's the only other 3-touch ruling I've seen on video. Yeah, high schools do it all. They're all over the place, man. You can't say, oh, that's not a high school shirt. It is in lots of places. When the ball has been legally touched, the restriction on the cylinder ends. So, official enters the circle. There's restrictions on that on players on the circle at that point. The ball is released. It has become live. Still a restriction on the cylinder for players on the circle. And once it is touched by a jumper, that restriction goes away. Just like on a free throw, players may not enter until the ball is released, and then that restriction goes away, even though the jump ball or the free throw in that instance hasn't ended. The other thing we can look at here is which of these players have restrictions on them in this situation? The jumpers. That's it. There's no restrictions on the players who are not on the circle, which none of these players are. Just something to keep in mind. No need to tell them, you two back there side by side. Oh, that's the way we're going to do it tonight. Well, Jason obviously did in this instance. Again, my fading light. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's move on. Next play. Hopefully it doesn't need audio. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I don't know how that got there. Interesting. Oh, I see. I see. Huh. Now, why did the sound play there? Huh. Hold on a sec. All right. Our last second shot, traveling violation ruled. Was this a travel on this play? In my judgment, no, it was not. Do we need to find a travel in this instance? Player grabs the ball with both feet off the floor, takes a big 1, 2, releases the try. Yeah. Disappointing that we taken away the goal on this incredible three-quarter court eve. But who amongst us hasn't taken away a goal when we wish we hadn't? Yeah. This was not a traveling violation. This was improperly ruled. This goal should have counted. No need to pick nits and try to find, oh, wait, when your foot or right foot was in contact with the floor, right? Her left foot was for an instant when she was just about to grab the ball. Yeah. That's not a travel, man. That's not a travel. Don't take away the goal. Oh, no. I don't understand. So, why do things change? Yeah, definitely after the horn. Definitely before the horn when she releases the ball. Incorrect ruling, Dave. Incorrect ruling. Yeah. One thing our calling official does do is not wait until the ball goes in. That like compounds the problem. No, wait a minute. We had a travel back here, right? Indicates early and often that there is no goal here and there is no shot here. Yeah, incorrectly ruled. Let me put a note here. Fix that. No way. Yes, the ruling was traveling. Billy Max got it. He's fighting for it. Let's see. Let's see. Billy Mack, come on, man. She's holding the ball in the air with both feet off the floor and not prior. Billy's saying that left foot is down, two hands on the ball. Man, hard ass. Hard ass, man. Okay, all right. Ooh. What's next? Okay, definitely a travel called by our center official quite a long ways away from the play. Is there anything else going on this play? Did we miss something on this play? Yeah, we did. Right, so blue 5 here, two hands in the back, shoves their opponent to the floor. No call on this play. One of the things in transition we can get hung up on is being so focused on the ball handler and not defenders on a play. Yeah, that's a foul and should be penalized. Would we score the goal if we did rule that foul? Had the player begun their habitual throwing motion when the foul occurred? Let's take a look. That would be important to come up with on this play. No, there's our shove. Yeah. Don't want to miss the forest for the trees. Now, if you were the trail official on this play and you were back in the backcourt, the 28-foot line, and you saw this action, would you come put a whistle on the play? You may have the only angle, right? Our center and our lead here can't necessarily see the shove. Would we be willing to put a whistle on the play? You need to be. You need to be. This is a non-basketball play and should be penalized. Yeah. So Crew missed that one, and we'll see how it plays out. We've got another play with this player later in the show. Come on, man. We don't need the personal attacks on the officials, right? These brothers out here just working their ball game, man. They're just working their ball game. Yeah, so we have a situation where our calling official is looking, for me as a taller individual, sometimes I find myself looking over some action to see some subsequent action. You realize, wait a minute, this thing that's happening right in front of me is what I need to be focusing on. That's a great question. That's the other question on the play is should this foul, if properly noted and ruled, is this a intentional foul for negating an opponent's obvious advantage? It happens. It happens. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, I love it, Dave. I love it, Dave. Not even a travel ad. Jumped off one, 1-2. Yeah. That's a tough call to make from that distance, man. I will tell you that much. That is a tough call to make. But let's move on. Why that happens, I don't know. What's going on? All right, I'm going to cut that short. All right, so we have our drive to the basket again by Blue 5. His shot is lightly deflected by a defender. He felt he was fouled. He has some choice words for our non-calling official. The head coach has choice words for our non-calling official. 2 technical fouls are assessed. And then after the fact, our player who's been assessed a technical foul, Blue 5, has some more choice words for our official and is assessed a second technical foul. In the end, 3 technical fouls, 6 technical foul free throws being attempted. Not something you see every day. So here we've got choice words from Blue 5. We've got choice words from the head coach. Play is stopped. Technical fouls are assessed, right? In that instance, could we just do 1? Maybe. But in the end, that's the ruling. And then our Blue 5 has some choice words again for our calling official. Indicates that player has been disqualified. Whether it was their 5th foul or not, or just like that player's disqualified, perfect. Perfect. In the end, our calling official goes and administers the free throws. That's a good thing. That's a good thing in this instance. Mike would have gone held ball. Was there any, a team down 20 midway fourth period? Do they get the sympathy foul here? Come on, ref. Do we get the sympathy foul? Hey, Fig. Good to see you. Yeah, so Ted, there's our spin move, the super obvious, spin move. The easy one to call. Is it easy to call with a 20-point lead and the team's ahead? Yeah, it is. Ed, I can appreciate that opinion. I can appreciate it. That's true. Oh, okay. Hold on one sec. Let's take a look. Doing well for time. I appreciate that. All right. Here's my second chance play. Hey, let's look at a play that's all about status. All right, another jump ball play to start a game. What are the key takeaways on a play like this? No violation has occurred on this play. It's just play on. But what do we see in this instance? At that moment the game starts, are we fully prepared to officiate the game? And if something unusual happens, can we adapt quickly on the fly? This double team in the backcourt comes out of nowhere, right? In this instance had habitually moved towards the front court, and we have kind of unofficiated action in the back court. If something more untoward had occurred here, we'd be in a rough position to officiate the play. But the key takeaway on this play is the status of the player near the division line, and what we can learn from it and how we can recognize what's going on. So let's just take a moment to identify some key components to this play. Evaluating the status of our jumper here, or this player. Right? Legal jump, team control established, black ball. Well, that's not good. I can fix that. Interesting. Right, we're sort of caught. This player's status right here is backcourt. This player is in the backcourt by rule. They are contacting the division line. They jump off their foot in the backcourt. This player has backcourt status at this time. This player lands on their right foot. At this instant, this player has established that they have front court status. It's important to remember that. This is not a situation where 2 feet in the basketball or anything like that. A player holding the basketball in contact with the front court has front court status by rule. and then they put their left foot down on the court above the division line, but not contacting the division line. This player has front court status here. We've got two officials who are not looking at this play. This is not a violation. Nothing has been missed here. But it's a great example, a great opportunity for us to just go through frame by frame what is the status of this player. They then pivot, maintaining front court status, and off we go. So, a great play to identify, first of all, that the player catching the ball gained front court status. Many officials are confused about that, feeling that, they jumped to get there. That doesn't apply here. Or they need 2 feet in the basketball. That doesn't apply here. That only applies to a dribbler moving from backcourt to front court. So a big nothing burger on the play, but a chance for us to just review all of the things about status. Understanding status is so critical to officiating the game of basketball. Again, a viewer-submitted play. If you want to submit your play, follow the link on the screen, and maybe your play will appear on an episode of 5 Play Friday. May it happen. I am completely flummoxed by the sound. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I completely butchered the play last week. Completely butchered it. I love it. Well, I did too last week. I sort of like, yeah. I've got excuses, man. I've got excuses. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go. Here, we got one more play. Okay, a twofer. I love it. I love it. Okay. So in this situation, we have 2 separate rulings for a violation of 9-3-3. One is incorrectly ruled based on current understanding of the rules, and the other is correctly ruled. What is the difference between these 2 plays? On our first play, our offensive player does step out of bounds, not to avoid any congestion or anything, just as a matter of course, moving from one side of the court to the other, steps out of bounds. Pardon me. And then ultimately, they are first to touch the basketball upon returning, right? We have case play now this year. This was a previous season. We have case play that says that is not a violation. That's not the purpose of this rule. No advantage was gained. The defense was not disadvantaged. But then on the second play, we have a situation where a team is running a play. Two screeners close to the end line. Player is going to run off those screens, right? They're trying to take advantage of the limited space, and that player runs out of bounds and returns to the court and is the first to touch the basketball. That was the design of the play, and that play is properly ruled. So it's great to see with these two plays juxtaposed against one another, right? One is an incorrect ruling, one is a correct ruling. Great to see that combination in this scenario. Hopefully this helps clarify the purpose, the spirit, intent, and also the case play that supports Rule 9-3-3. Well, even if it had not been a great example on the second play, you got to put a whistle on this play, man. You got to. Yeah, they were both casebook. They were both casebook. Agree, Ted. Agree. What is the correct inbound spot, Billy? Are we going back to the spot where the player entered the court? You could make that case, Ron. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's look at that second play. That's really the one that's more interesting. The first one is just like, you notice how everybody in the game is like, what? Right? That's a good indication. Right, so we got A1 and B1 setting screens close to the end line. We're running a play. We got a screen by white 22 opposite as well. We're trying to get this player open, right? This player up top. They run out of bounds, right? To gain an advantage from the double screen. You could say, well, my screener went out of bounds as well, and he wasn't disadvantaged. Got the correct signal there. They touch. Yeah, I like the call. I like the call. And I don't often like these calls, but I like that call because that is what the rule is attempting to address. Team runs a play, player runs out of bounds to gain an advantage, right? To get that defender hung up on the screen set by their teammates. That's what they're trying to do on this play. And then them being the first to touch upon returning, yeah, I love it. I love it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, if you're not calling it on this second play, yeah. He wasn't, the player wasn't held up because he went out of bounds as well. But you got to make that call in that situation. From beyond? From the great beyond? That. Well, Dave agrees, so seal of approval, baby. Yeah, my first thought when I was viewing the play is, yeah. Wonder what white 42 wanted. He's like, that defender went out of bounds. Awesome. All right, I've reached the witching hour. I have come to the end of my energy level. Here's my little Steph Curry. I can bobble. We got Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit. Man, we got it going on here. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what the sound issue was today. The gremlins. The gremlins. Well, it seems the spirit of the rule. A1 and A2 set a double screen near the end line. Is that what happened on this play? Yes, that's what happened on this play. A3 intentionally goes out of bounds outside the end line to have the defender detained by the screening action. That seems to be the intent of the play. He is intending to run off of this screening action. In A, A3 receives a pass as soon as A3 re-enters the court from A4. Is that what happened on this play? Yes, that is what happened on this play. In A, the official shall call a violation on A3 as soon as A3 touches the ball. The ball is awarded to Team B at a designated spot nearest to where the violation occurred. That would seem to be the... So this same rule says, all right, the same case play says A4 continues to dribble the ball while B3 recovers defensively on A3. I think the implication there would be that, A3 is dribbling up top. They go the other direction. They come back this direction, and then they pass the ball to this player. I think this case play supports this being a violation of 9-3-3. That's my interpretation. Where is my farmer? I find that very therapeutic. I like having the farmer here with me. That is not the same thing that happened on the first play, Mike. The first play, A4 continued to dribble, and the advantage gained dissipated. And also, the player merely stepped out of bounds on the first play, right? That's the difference as well. This is not an effort of a player running out of bounds to run players into a screen or something like that. He's just moving from one side of the court to the other and steps out of bounds, right? So to me, this play is a non-starter. It doesn't even begin to meet the requirement of 9-3-3. That's me. That's me. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. All right, lads. I am going to wrap it up. I hope everybody has great games tonight and this weekend. Keep safe and fair out there, man. Come on and call it both ways. Appreciate everybody who submitted clips today. Mike Myers, appreciate it. Jason Hayes, Ted Hayter, awesome. I appreciate you all. We stayed energetic today. For the most part, we didn't lag. Oh no! Oh, the vaunted triple header. You are a team player, Dave. Team player. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you. All right, let's move on. Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.